Toonami Studios.
Justice League issue 60, Infinite Frontier, continues in a strong route. Is it strong? I like it. Is it strong though? Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't think there's been any like really bad Infinite Frontier books. But Bendis, he's off of Superman. A lot of you will be happy about that. He's on Justice League. And it's pretty good. You know, it's definitely setting up its story, which I don't have a problem with because you have to establish your story if you're going to tell it. I happen to compare this book a lot to Jason Aaron's take on the Avengers. And I think that it makes sense because it's bright and colorful. It's a different kind of feeling than what we've seen for both of the main like company's main team. And also, it's characters that are getting, like, the push, you know, like Black Panther and Captain Marvel and Doctor Strange, Black Adam, Naomi, Hawkgirl, you know, all these characters that we're going to be seeing appearing in other places getting the push. But I will say, I think that Justice League is handling that kind of thing better. It just has a better flow, the characters make more sense in this world, the story just goes in a better route than that one. So, let's get into this book. It is a very fascinating read because it's just different enough where I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing here, but it's familiar enough where I'm like, oh yeah, this is just a modern version of stuff I've seen before. Very fun. So we pick up where we left off in the last issue. Black Adam comes to confront Naomi, and she's like, okay, why is Black Adam here? And then up in the sky, look out, it's Superman. He just grabs Black Adam, sends him to the sky, and they have a nice little heart-to-heart. It's like, you know, Adam, I know what you're trying to do, and I get your country was attacked, but I think we can work something out here. Naomi comes into play, and we get some more, you know, just exposition, but it's kind of like exposition so the characters know what's up. Naomi learns that, you know, there's like some signature from this guy called Brutus who just showed up on the world. He has like similar energy reading as your powers. He's from the same universe you are. And then we kind of cut back to the Hall of Justice where everybody just shows up. And Naomi's kind of explaining where her powers come from and how she got them. And it's like, you know, if you've never read the Naomi book, which I'm sure a lot of people did, but if you're like me and you haven't, and I might. Like, I think okay. Naomi is a character who is very familiar. It gives off those like classic vibes of like a Miles Morales, a Static Shock. But I think what makes it different is it could only exist in like a modern setting after we had like the concept of a multiverse and faceted heroes in a bunch of different formats. So that's cool. I think it works. And the way that she feels like a classic character is pretty cool. So she brings up like this guy called Zumbado, and he's like the bad guy who is like from her world, and he's an evil guy, and he wants to like take over everything. Your classic villain. Basically, word could have got out that, you know, this Zambadu guy was talking to Brutus, and it's like, hey, maybe Earth of this world could be something for the taking. Maybe we should figure out how to do that, and maybe we have to figure out a way to stop that from ever happening again. You know, as they're having that conversation, everyone's talking about the elephant in the room, whether that is Superman wanting to bring Black Adam onto the team. And everyone's kind of figuring out maybe we shouldn't. Nobody's on the side of Superman, but he's like, hey, I've seen him genuinely changing and doing the right thing. We have to at least give him the benefit of the doubt. And of course, I love the conversation that Superman has with Oliver. It's like, people don't change, man. Nothing ever happens. Like, everyone stays the same. Nobody grows. Nobody learns. Superman's argument is, Ollie, I've seen you grow and learn and change since I've known you. And everyone's kind of like, yeah, Oliver, you have. You've literally lost this argument because you were being complimented enough. And it's true. Like, Oliver's changed. And I love that. It's so good. This is what I wanted. This is a great interpretation of Green Arrow. Something we've been needing from DC for a long time. I'm so glad that he's on the team. It could have easily been a Green Lantern, but I think they're saving to do something big with Green Lantern because the show is presumably still happening on that. So I get why they're not on this team. But we see Brutus has returned, and we go to Central City where Hippolyta just ended a big fight with the character, and we get a flashback coming where we see Brutus attacks Themyscira, and he realizes that the Amazons are way more formidable than he realizes. This gave me some real, like, Zack Snyder Justice League vibes, just like the character magically appearing on Themyscira and attacking the Amazons. And it's not a bad thing. It's just like, it's there, I understand it, and Hippolyta comes in and kicks his ass, and I like the way Hippolyta's looking here. Like, the gold and the purple, they really work. Those colors always worked good together. Any character, any, like, sports team or character that wears those colors, they always look cool. We see that she just kind of kicks his ass for a bit, And Brutus is like, oh, I guess I should just go back home because I can't win this. And we actually do get confirmation that he's working with Zimbardo. So you're like, okay, Naomi's might be getting a bigger rogues gallery now, it appears. I'm not sure how big her rogues gallery was before this, but it looks like she might actually be getting some formidable foes. So Steppenwolf leaves. Not Steppenwolf, you get it. He's Steppenwolf. It's that kind of story. It's a modern Steppenwolf. He looks cooler than Steppenwolf, though. He's got cool horns. Not like a weird gray monster man, but we're not going to go down that rabbit hole because we'd be here all day. So the Justice League eventually shows up to Central City, and Apollo's just like, why is Black Adam with you? That is dumb. And she leaves. She just storms off, so it looks like she's not a part of the team yet, but she'll get there. Like, of course she's going to get there. It's going to happen. So the plan is in place that maybe we can like use some energy signature to go back to the world that Naomi is from, and we'll like block it from the inside so nobody can show up again. And you're like, okay, I guess that's where we're going. So it looks like we're headed to a new place in the multiverse, or is it a part of the multiverse? They don't really specify if her world's part of the multiverse or not. So it's like, okay, I guess we're getting ready to do that. So let's go back to the Hall of Justice. Our team's getting ready to go. And for some reason, the Flash is just like, yeah, I made everyone some platforms on the Cosmic Treadmill, and I gave them all logos. Like, I know he said, like, they're not to scale, but it's like, why was that necessary? Like, I mean, like, why? They're standing on the platform anyways. Why did you have to, like, take the time to make it? I don't know. Weird, but kind of fun. It's very like old school Justice League, where it's like everything that everyone's got their logo. We're gonna put the logo on everything. Market that shit. It's smart. I mean, it worked for DC. They're making like millions of dollars. I get it. It's very fun. I'm like, not really needed, but just another thing to add in there. So the Flash is running fast. They're going to get ready to go. Nobody's really sure what to do. Naomi's like, why am I doing this? Why am I letting everybody do this? Why are we doing this to ourselves? And suddenly she emerges. Only Naomi emerges in the ruins of her other world, and we don't know where anybody else is. And that is where this part of the book ends. But of course, like the last issue, we have a backup book about Justice League Dark, and this one is that the Justice League Dark team, quote-unquote team, goes to talk to the Justice League, like, Merlin's gonna kill everything, we should, like, do something about this, and Bruce is like, nah, Z, you got this, Zatanna, you're great at everything, go take care of this. Basically, it's just the Justice League, like, we don't know what to do here, so why don't you just take control of Zatanna, you'll figure it out. Okay, like it's just so like passive the way they talk about it. But I mean that's pretty much in line with how these books have been going so far. There's like some crossover with Justice League and Justice League Dark, but not enough where it like actually has any meaning, whatever. But we see Merlin's wearing like a big coat, looking like a cool dude. He's trying to find like an old book from a library. He eventually finds it. He's going crazy and unleashes a lot of dark magic, and we cut back to the Hall of Justice where Etrigan and Batman have a conversation. It's basically Batman just like grabbing Etrigan by the dick and saying, if you hurt Z, I'm gonna kill you. It's like, you know, Batman, I'm an actual demon, so good luck trying to grab these balls. I love it. So everyone's getting ready to go on a grand adventure. Our Justice League Dark team, again, some of my favorite characters in the DC mythos, heading out on an adventure to stop Merlin. And we see back at the old bookstore library, I can't remember what they said, I think it's a bookstore now that I look at it. Rory is there, it's his place, and we see a bunch of vines going out and like some vulture things eating the corpse of like his employee, and suddenly he releases the rag and becomes Ragman, and this is how Rory is introduced back into the universe of the Justice League Dark, and it's cool. I like this book a lot. I mean, Ram V just really gets what he's doing when it comes to the Justice League Dark stuff. I think so much so that he could probably get the book again. Like, just keep that title going. Maybe sales weren't great enough to actually lead it, but I love it a lot. Really great stuff. And this actual Justice League book, very strong. I mean, it's nice to have like the flagship superhero team actually feeling cool and different in a story that I'm genuinely invested in. And it's going in a different direction that feels familiar and doing different things, but it works really well. So I like that. I think the characters are great. It's a great portrayal of Black Adam, because I know some people are like, he should always be the villain, but he's kind of been mixed since day one, which I like seeing, and I like the youthful energy and the playfulness of these characters. I like seeing the interpretation of Green Arrow, and I like the facial expressions when it comes to the art. The artwork is very fantastical, very stylized. and it works well with the color patterns we are seeing in this, where there's a lot of purple and pink and orange, just bright colors that comic books are delving into a lot more. I think maybe because we got some new inks to play with, I don't know, but it looks great. Fun stuff. I'm glad Justice League's good. I haven't read the last bit of Snyder's stuff, but I'm just glad Justice League found its footing again for an audience that would be like, yeah, finally, it's back. That's great. I'm glad for this book, and it was really fun to read. So, Justice League issue number 60, I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.